the first problem that I saw there was something like x squared equals 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what you understand about this, if anything, at this point.
I understand a decent amount. Like I got the X, like the first problem was, I'm pretty sure it was right.
It's correct.
Yeah, that wasn't hard, but
So
maybe
there's
moving into like the second problem, it might be a little more difficult, but I can.
yeah,
I think
let me just show a couple of things here because your work is really spot on. Just one little thing. Whenever you take the square root, you have to write plus or minus square root of the number.
Okay.
And the reason is just like you see graphically, it hits it in two spots.
Yeah.
One of them's negative and one of them's positive. That's one of the justifications for putting plus or minus there. So it's x equals plus or minus, and then you're supposed to know the square root of 4, which is 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really two answers. It's x equals 2, x equals minus 2.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to come back to 2. We're going to do 3 next because it's more like number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one says d squared equals 25. Okay, so just like this previous problem, you're going to take the square root of both sides. But when you take a square root with the number, you have to write plus or minus square root.
Yeah.
All right, what is the square root of 25?
5.
So the two answers are positive 5 and
-5.
yes. Now the graph of this, we can do the graph of this. I don't know why they're emphasizing this so early on. But the graph of this is you have to draw an x squared. We can't even do it, I guess. So I don't want to do this here.
Wouldn't you have to go up 25 to make a line?
Yeah, exactly. And it's
I know
not
we were
real.
doing it today and we were like, it was so weird and
So you essentially just need to show what you just said, but it
yeah,
doesn't have to be to scale. You're like, this is 5 comma 25. Okay, x is 5, or d in this case, and then 25 is the y value. Now on the other side, it's minus 5 comma 25.
yeah.
So that's what I'd be looking for. I don't really care if it's to scale. I just care that you have the right points.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that's all he really cares about too. I just need to point to like plot the points on the graph.
Okay, so let's do number 4 whenever you're caught up here. We will come back to 2. 2 is an exception. I'm not sure why it's there. X squared equals 169. Do you know the square root of 169?
No.
Okay, so this is like right on the edge of the ones that you're supposed to know. 12 squared is 144. 13 squared is 169.
Okay.
So the square root of 169 is 13.
Okay. Okay.
So this is x equals plus or minus what?
13 and then positive 13, negative 13, positive 13.
Good. And the graph is basically the same as what we just did. It's a parabola opening up.
You're supposed to go all the way up to 169.
Yeah, which, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So 13 comma 169 minus 13 comma 169. So notice it's always this, it's the x values are one's negatives, one's positive. One's negatives, one's positive. And then the y values are the same.
Yeah.
Any questions on that?
No.
All right, let's do number 5. So 5 is kind of the first different problem.
Yeah.
In all the other problems, it's been x squared equals a number.
Yeah.
So we're close to that. We got 9x squared equals a number. You have to undo this multiplication by 9. How do you undo multiplication by 9?
You divide it.
By 9, yeah. So this now becomes x squared equals 1.
1.
And this looks now just like the
Or the
problems that we've been
quadratic.
doing. So you take the square root of both sides. And you have to know the square root of 1.
1.
Yes. So the answers are plus or minus 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then would you go up 9
no,
still?
no,
No, only 1.
only 1. So
Okay.
the answers are actually, if you draw a correct parabola here, the answers are right here at 1 comma positive 1.
And then why would you keep going up then just to make the points?
So that's getting ahead of where you're at. You don't need to have that.
Gotcha.
And you should have the line here. And then the other one is minus 1 comma 1.
Yeah.
This is being taught in an unusual order, at least for me. I wouldn't do it this way, but hopefully it's clear. It seems to be. You seem to really
Yeah,
be
that is
understanding
fair.
this.
That is fair.
Okay. Let's look at number 6.
Oh God.
Fractions, right?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna need help with this one.
Yeah. So the same process though. You take the square root of both sides. So it's plus or minus the square root of 1/4.
Okay.
So there's a property of roots that I'll show you here. If it's the square root of a over b inside the root, it becomes the square root of a, the top, over the square root of b, the bottom.
Okay.
So you spread this apart. Square root of 1, square root of 4. It's still plus or minus, but these now are numbers that you know.
Yeah.
Well, square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 4 is 2.
2. Yeah. So it's really just if it was like 4, but you would have like the 1 over it, kind of. I don't know.
We're going to do another one like this here in a moment, but do you follow how we spread apart the split
Yeah, I see
apart?
what you mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do another one here after this, but in terms of graphing, all your graphs are the same. Like they could be scaled differently, I guess, but it's
Yeah. How
always
do you
this.
graphing this would be weird, I feel like.
Well, you don't even have to make it. You just draw the line, the 1/2.
How would you know where 1/2 is on a graph?
It depends how you scale it. So they're not like on the one I'm doing here, like you could make each box whatever you want.
Yeah.
Normally, let me do it. Let me do it the way maybe you want to see here. Normally you would mark your graph and you would say that this is 1 and this is 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 1/2 is right in the middle,
Okay.
but the Y value is 1/4. So if that's a half, that's a fourth. So it's really like right there. Oops, sorry, that's really been not right. It's like there. And that's why that's why it's so difficult to graph these things really well. Because we're limited by the grid paper basically. So I wouldn't worry about that. Like what I would do is graph this and show that this ordered pair here is 1/2 comma, and this other one is minus 1/2 comma, and the Y value is the
1/4.
1/4.
Okay.
Okay, so let's forget about the solving for a moment and let's just or graphing for a moment. Let me give you another one of these. X squared equals 9/16. Okay.
Okay.
And let's just say we're going to solve
I
this.
have more problems on the back. I should have
Yeah, definitely send those over.
should I do
But
that right now? Or I could just tell you the problems.
snap a picture. It'll
Okay.
go faster. But I'd like you to try this one, or we can work it together.
Gotcha. Alright, just sent you it. Did you get it?
It's in the air. There it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, so that's loading up here. While we're doing that, you're going to take the square root of both sides on this one. So it's plus or minus the square root of 9 over 16. And you break that apart into the square root of 9 over the square root of 16.
Okay.
So what does that become?
That becomes I'm not very sure. Would I square root like 9 and 16?
Yes.
Okay, so 3 over 4,
Yes.
negative 3 over 4.
Both. Yeah. Plus and minus
Yeah.
3 over 4. Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we can talk about 7 next.
Okay.
All right, so 7's kind of like 5. The squared is not alone on the left side.
Yeah.
Actually, let me not do it that way. 7 is 5k squared equals 25. So you have to divide both sides by 5. So k squared equals 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Now when you take the square root of both sides, it's plus or minus the square root of 5.
Yeah.
Now, do you know the square root of 5?
No, like
No,
it would be
no.
around like 2.5, obviously.
It's between 2 and 3. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you have a calculator, you can figure out where it is exactly. But in terms of graphing it, that's why I said you don't have to be very specific. You just have to draw the same graph every time. You have to say, there's the quadratic. There is 5. This is y equals 5. So your answer is square root of 5, comma 5.
Okay.
And then the other one, go ahead.
Usually you would like do the last number to draw the line. Does it matter on like what
So,
like what side it's on? Do you know what I'm saying?
this number is always this line.
Okay, gotcha. It's like some of them like
So let's go
the
back here. Let's go back here. Just make things clear.
yeah
The 1/4 is this line.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
The 1 is this line.
Yeah, but the 5 was in front
So
that
you
time.
have to get it isolated. You have to make it just k squared or just x squared.
Okay, I see. Gotcha.
It's a good question because it does matter. Like in number 8, we'll do 8 next. 8 is already solved. It's p squared equals 49. So in the graph, the 49 is the horizontal line.
Yeah.
So now you have to figure out the x values by taking the square root of both sides. Square root of p squared equals plus or minus square root of 49. Can you tell me what that is?
Square root of 49.
Yes.
Um, 7.
Yep. Plus or minus 7. So this ordered pair on the right is 7 comma 49. The one on the left is minus 7 comma 49.
Okay.
So I want you to try number 9 now on your own. It's
Okay.
really similar to the one we just did. If you have questions, please ask.
All right. X equals +8, X equals -8.
Okay. On the graph over here on the right, what is the horizontal line?
8
Nope.
and 49.
Nope. What's the horizontal line?
Oh, what do you mean, 64?
Yes. The horizontal line is always the number when it's just.
Oh yeah, the straight line. I thought you were talking about the points where
Okay, yeah, I'll take the points next whenever you're ready.
8 and 49 and -8 and 49.
8 and 64.
Oh,
Negative
64,
negative
sorry.
8 and 64.
I cannot believe I was just looking at the other problem and said that.
It's okay. It's
Oh
okay.
gosh, I always do stupid stuff.
It's okay. You believe it or not, like maybe you don't see it because you look at yourself and hear yourself all day long. I only see you once or twice a week. I've seen improvement.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good.
it's exactly what the research shows. When you do 2 lessons a week, there is significant improvement.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, is this solved for x squared? This is number 10.
For x squared, what does
Yes,
that mean?
is x squared by itself?
Oh no, it doesn't. So you would have to divide on each side.
Okay. What is 6? What is 54 divided by 6?
9.
Good. Okay, so now I want you to solve it from here.
It would be +3 -3. Do the line. Go up to 54. Right? Or no, 9.
9. Yes, good
9, 9,
catch.
9, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.
Okay. And then
The
whenever
points
you're
would
ready,
be
give me the ordered pairs.
3 and 9. 3, -3 and 9.
Very good. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's do number 11. 11 is a squared equals 17. What is the horizontal line on the graph?
17.
17, yeah. Okay. Take the square root of both sides.
Yeah.
Do you know the square root of 17?
Does anything multiply into that, or would it
It
have to
does
be?
not. Does not.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So since we don't know it, and if you were trying to approximate, it's a little bit bigger than 4. But in terms of how you write your answer, it's the +1, and then it's the -1 on the left.
17 and 17, -17 and 17. Gotcha.
Okay, why don't you
Next one.
try number 12
Three.
on your own?
Okay,
Let me know what you come up with.
gotcha. Oh, nothing goes into 8, huh?
Does not.
So it would be 8 and 8 and -8 and 8.
What's the horizontal line? Let's start with that.
I put my horizontal line at 8.
Okay. Now you have to undo the square. How do you undo the square?
You do the uh I don't really know how to say it in words. Yeah, that thing.
Square root?
Yeah, the square root.
It's okay. But that's probably the most important thing we covered is that symbol is the square root.
Yeah, I knew it, but I just forgot the name of it. And then you do like 8 because it's like somewhere near 3.5, 3 and 4.
It's between 2 and 3. So you
Oh,
you
okay.
know, but give me the 2 ordered pairs here.
8 and 8,
Nope. It's this symbol. You got to say this symbol.
+8.
Nope, this symbol.
Oh, square root of 8,
Yes, square root of 8, comma 8. And then the other one is minus
negative
square.
square root of 8.
Yeah.
And 8. Damn, these are pretty simple and easy.
It's not too bad. So I think we skipped number 2. So we'll finish off with that one. I think that'll actually be one of the few times we've gotten through everything, which is great. So you're going to divide both sides by 16 on number 2. And so you get n squared equals 3. You cannot take the square root of 3.
Yeah.
All right, so the 3 is your horizontal line. When you take your square root, it's plus or minus the square root of 3. So what are your ordered pairs?
3 or no, sorry. 48. I mean
Nope.
3 and 48.
Nope.
3 and 16.
So the 3 is the horizontal line. That's the y value.
Yeah.
Okay. The x values come from this right here.
Yeah.
So the first one is square root of 3 comma 3.
Oh.
And what is the
negative
one on the
square root of
left?
3. Negative square root of 3 and 3.
Yes. All right. Really good. We got through quite a bit tonight. Just stop the recording here.